Name over there. I'm Dustin, heading into week 11. Only a few more games until the playoffs. Lots of excitement this time of year.
Craziness. So what I want to do for this little segment we do after Dustin says the opening before we go into it, give us some love. I'd love some thumbs up. I'd love some comments. Normally this is a little bit of a lull this season. Some people are dropping out because they've been crushed by injuries or whatnot. So all I'm asking for is a little love. We would like that. It brings us joy. If we've ever helped and you want to bring us joy, that would be very nice of you.
Just don't point out whenever we're wrong. Because it happens.
It's never going to end.
We're never wrong. Quarterbacks, Marcus Mariota. The guy has just taken it to another level. I mean, it's just, you know, with that Tennessee offense, it really looked like they were setting up for a really run-focused offense, but all that's really done is just, yes, the run is there, but now the pass has just opened up the pass so much, and Mariota has been so efficient. Last 6 games, 17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I mean, at this point, he's moving up into that elite category for fantasy quarterbacks, so we got him at number 6. He could finish real strong.
He'll be top 10 here on out, it looks like. All right, the guy I'm going to talk about is kind of shocking that how high we have him ranked, but he's been great, and that's Kaepernick. You know, we got him ranked at number 14. He's been so solid, and what really helps is the legs in fantasy, right? In back-to-back games, he's had 2 rushing touchdowns. He's also thrown. He's just looked really solid, and you think they're playing New England, and while New England has a solid defense, New England's going to put a lot of points on the board. He's going to get some garbage time as well. He's a very, very interesting play this week.
And I can't remember a year, moving on to the running backs, where the landscape has changed so much from week to week. It's been so hard to keep up with just all the craziness that's been going on with running back. But let's take a look at running back. Number 5, we got LeGarrette Blount. I mean, this is a guy that's having an amazing year. These are standard rankings, remember that, so that, you know, a lot more touchdown heavy. And you got to think LeGarrette Blount's going to find the end zone going up against San Francisco and that terrible run D. Safe bet in standard leagues. That's why we got him at number 5.
All right, I'm going to highlight CJ Prosise. As you know, Michael's gone. And Rawls is coming back, but he's still coming back from the injury. While I think long-term Rawls will actually get much more of the work, especially the early down work, I think this week CJ will get actually a little more run than he has been getting. So I think he's very interesting where we have him ranked. And I actually think he leads running backs in touches this week. I think that changes next week, but this week I think he leads the Seattle backfield.
And moving on, I want to talk about James Starks, and Christine Michael does affect James Starks at this point as well. Michael just got signed by the Packers. I don't see there being much chance of him having much of an impact this week for Michael. I think Starks is going to be the guy. Montgomery's banged up. He's got some sort of other illness that they're saying isn't related to the sickle cell. So
how could it not? Of course it's related to that.
But after what happened last week with Starks getting the majority of the touches in the backfield, it looks like they're content with him back there for now. His upside from week to week isn't going to be huge, but we got him right there at 25. He's serviceable, nice flex option for you. He should be able to move the ball against the Redskins.
At number 27, we have Dixon of the Baltimore Ravens, and the thing that might look a little odd is we actually have him over West. Even though West is the starter and has gotten more touches, Dixon just does way more with the touches, and at some point, we think a changing of the guard is going to happen. Could it be this week? It might be. But the other thing we like about Dixon, his touches, he is so much better with them. He's so much more explosive. He had 7 targets last week, so I know this is standard rankings. PPR, you can maybe even move up slightly a little bit more. But Dixon is interesting this week, but I mean, obviously he's not a must start at number 27. But long term, I really think this is the type of guy that's going to end up leading their backfield going forward.
He looked good last week.
He's solid. He's better than West.
He looks better than West. I think
they liked him coming into the year more than West. I mean, then he got hurt. It will be his job.
It'll happen.
He should be owned. If he's available in your league, I'm sure there's somebody you can cut.
Grab him.
Pick him up.
Let's take a look at those wide receivers. I'm going to talk about number 16, Michael Thomas, in that Thursday game going up against Carolina. Should be an interesting game. Could be a lot of points to go around. But Thomas fumbled the ball twice last week. That does worry me a little bit for young players, especially when they have other veterans like Willie Snead, guys that they can go to that they have, you know, just as much confidence in and have more confidence maybe with holding on to the ball. But don't overcorrect. Don't do anything crazy. I mean, it was a rough week for him last week, but you know, he's going to be right there back in the mix. But I do think it does bump him down a little bit for me just because maybe they're not game planning him as much as they typically would because of those fumbles.
Number 20, I want to talk about Diggs, and I know the Minnesota offense has been anemic, but Diggs has been solid. He's been getting the targets, he's been getting the catches. What I really worry about, he's getting the Peterson treatment this week. They said he's going to shadow him, follow him everywhere, and he's just shut down. So while I don't think Diggs is going to be completely shut down, it's going to be one of his toughest weeks. And, you know, if you stop him, what else are the Vikings going to do? So he could even see some double coverage. I'm just saying, buyer beware. I'm a little bit worried about Diggs this week.
Yeah, it could be tough sledding for him. Let's take a look at the second 20 for wide receivers. At number 24, Golden Tate. You'll notice we have him at 24. We have Marvin Jones.
And Dustin hates Marvin Jones with a passion, by the way.
Well,
yes.
Marvin Jones is a good receiver, but just from the start of the year, people put him in the elite category for no reason. And it's just, some people are still holding on to that. Could Marvin Jones...
To week 3?
Yeah.
1 through 3, it's going to come back.
I'm telling you, people, they haven't adjusted back to where he should be. Now, he still could have some big games. He still has big blow-up potential. He always has. He's always had touchdown potential, even back when he was on the Bengals. But Golden Tate, at this point, is the better fantasy receiver in Detroit, the one that you want to trust each week. Over the last 4 games, he's averaging over 10 targets a game, Golden Tate is. So
you know what the problem with that is the stupid projections that they do have not, like, it got adjusted after week 3.
I wish
but that's why Marvin Jones, he's projected like 1 million points every week. It's ridiculous. And Devontae Parker, I cannot get over how many points he's projected every week.
And Humphreys.
And Humphreys. Oh, they love Humphreys. All right, going to talk about number 33, Meredith. Obviously, with Alshon Jeffrey suspended, Meredith should take a bump. He's proven in a couple games this year that he can be a solid receiver. And as Dustin said in the waiver wire show, this might actually help Jay Cutler. He might spread the ball around a little bit more. But if he doesn't and he keys in on one person, that one person's probably going to be Meredith.
Well, he should target one player more than the others, but it doesn't need to be every play.
It doesn't need to be a 90-10 split.
Oh, the defense. Oh, let's guard that guy. He throws it to him every single time. This is working. Let's look at tight ends. Number 1, we got Delaney Walker.
Woo!
I didn't really talk about the matchup when I was talking about Mariota, but I am so excited about that Indy-Tennessee game. That's going to be a fun one. Those 2 offenses, I think, are going to be better than the defenses. There's going to be a lot of points to go around. And like we talked about, Mariota's been amazing. That whole Tennessee offense has been amazing. They're going to be able to put some points up against Indy. We love the touchdown potential this week for Walker.
All right, tight end, I'm going to highlight Martellus Bennett. Coming into the year, I love Bennett. He's shown flashes, but the thing I really like him about this week, he's playing San Francisco, and I don't think Gronk's traveling with the team. There's weird reports. Is the lung punctured? Is it not? He's not clear to get on a plane. They're traveling across the country. I just don't see Gronk even taking the trip. I think Bennett's locked into me as a surefire tight end 1 this week.
Yeah, that is a weird one.
I mean, how do they not know if it's punctured or not?
That was a big hit, though. To get a guy that big going backwards that fast, that was a big one. You know, even he was hurt on that one. All right, let's talk about defenses. I'm talking about the number 1 fantasy defense. Brent and I had a bet last week, and I won, and he had to buy me a prize on eBay. It's going to be amazing.
So sad because I love the Vikings so much, and now I don't, and you love the Chiefs, and they are the number 1 now. And
the Chiefs just find a way to get it done fantasy-wise each week. They're forcing turnovers. They're finding ways to get into the end zone. And with this week against Tampa Bay, I like their chances again. I mean, I just think they have the highest floor, and they have just as high of a ceiling as any other defense.
Well, and them at Arrowhead, I mean, you love them at home.
Yeah, that home field advantage is just one more reason to like them this week.
All right, I'm going to talk about the Miami Dolphins. And the thing, I don't love their defense, although they've been better the last couple weeks, and they've gotten better because they're not on the field as much because J.J. is really blown up. So you got to factor that in. But that's the first reason. Number 2, the rookie is starting. So Goff is starting for the Rams. First NFL start, he hasn't looked good at all anytime he's seen the field in preseason or anything you've heard, or even when you were watching Hard Knocks prior to the year, he looked terrible. So I like that for them. And then last but not least, the Rams are the best team that you want your defense to play. So the worst team in terms of offense. How would I say that? Either way, your defense, you want them playing the Rams because the Rams give up the most points to fantasy defenses this year.
They get it.
There you go. Those are the 3. There you go. Dustin, go ahead and close it off.
So that's our Week 11 rankings. We will be updating them throughout the week. Click on the link in the description. Hope you all are getting ready for the playoffs. You got questions?
Little basketball.
Post them in the forums.
Give us a thumbs up.
Subscribe to our channel.
Comments, thumbs up. Woo! I did it!